us. The Forest Dames sounds like the title of an epic Nollywood movie that comes in parts, but it is actually the title of a book written by a prolific writer. Adaokere Agbasimalo told Waziri Zayano on Entertainment News that the book is an olive branch to warring factions in whichever country to consider the option of peace.
The Nigerian Civil War came to pass, leaving in its trail irresistibly strong and vivid traumatizing memories of a mishap that characterized the country's foremost tragedy of the last millennium. When an eyewitness who grew up to be a prolific writer decided to put such personal experiences into a book, she started the 207-page write-up titled The Forest Dames like a classic abstract before taking a trip into the past, rolling back the scrolls of history spanning over 4 decades.
I was one of the Forest Dames, the youngest of them, and then the things, the tribulations we went through were so much that I begged God. This is a confession. I begged God to keep me alive, to be able to record this.
Aside from using phrases like air raid, dog eat dog, the Exodus, and funeral as titles of each of the 23 chapters, quotable quotes from the likes of Winston Churchill, Reverend J.H. Newman, to George Clayson, and that of an anonymous preacher to engage the thoughts of readers.
Those quotations, if you read the book, you'll see that those quotations have a bearing to what took place in the chapter. For instance, the one that says that when a crab escapes from a trap, invariably its limbs reduces. It's talking about the chapter where people had to run for their life.
Just when you think you've reached the end of the book, then Ada comes up with not just one, but 2 more surprises in form of what she calls behind the scenes and panacea.
The panacea, I think, is actual panacea that can solve some of these problems, including the Boko Haram problem.
Summing up the Forest Dames in a sentence, one can describe it as a recount of war experiences in an incisive imagery that elicits in a reader profound empathy at all turns. Waziri Zayano, NTA International News.